It was a seemingly ordinary day, with the sun shining brightly and a gentle breeze blowing through the air. The sky was a perfect canvas of blue, dotted with occasional clouds that drifted lazily by. On June 24, 1982, the world was bustling with activity, and people were going about their daily routines, unaware of the extraordinary events that were about to unfold. British Airways Flight 009, a Boeing 747, was cruising at 37,000 feet. The aircraft, a marvel of modern engineering, was a symbol of human ingenuity and the spirit of exploration. It was en route from London to Auckland, New Zealand, carrying 263 souls. Each passenger had their own story, their own destination, and their own dreams. The passengers and crew were enjoying the in-flight services, unaware of the terrifying ordeal that awaited them. They were served meals, watched movies, and chatted with fellow travelers, completely oblivious to the impending danger. Little did they know that their journey would soon turn into a breathtaking tale of survival. The serene atmosphere inside the cabin was a stark contrast to the chaos that would soon ensue, a story that would forever be etched in the annals of aviation history. The events of that night would be recounted for generations, a testament to human resilience and the indomitable will to survive. The flight was progressing smoothly, the engines hummed steadily, and the aircraft glided effortlessly through the sky. The passengers were settling in for the long journey. Some were reading books, others were watching in-flight movies, and a few were already drifting off to sleep, wrapped in blankets. The experienced crew, led by Captain Eric Moody, was confident. They had navigated this route many times before and knew it well. They had no reason to suspect that the night sky held a hidden danger. The stars twinkled above, and the vast expanse of the ocean stretched out below, seemingly calm and peaceful. One that would put their skills and courage to the ultimate test. The radar screen showed nothing unusual, and the flight instruments indicated that everything was normal. This was the calm before the storm. The tranquility of the moment belied the chaos that was about to erupt, a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of life. As Flight 009 soared over the Indian Ocean south of Java, Indonesia, the first signs of trouble appeared. The seemingly clear night sky was hiding a volcanic ash cloud. It was spewing from Mount Galunggung, which had erupted days earlier. Unbeknownst to the crew, the ash cloud posed a grave danger to the aircraft. The volcanic ash, a mixture of fine rock and glass particles, entered the engines. It caused them to overheat and malfunction. One by one, all four engines flamed out. The Boeing 747, once a symbol of modern aviation, was now a silent glider. The unthinkable had happened. The queen of the skies was falling from the sky. Inside the cockpit, the initial moments were characterized by disbelief. The silence was deafening. Warning lights flashed ominously, illuminating the faces of the pilots. They struggled to comprehend the situation. This was a nightmare scenario that no amount of training could fully prepare them for. Despite the immense pressure, Captain Moody and his crew remained calm. Their training kicked in. They worked diligently through their checklists, trying to restart the engines. However, the ash continued to clog the engines. Every attempt to restart them failed. The situation was becoming increasingly dire. They were losing altitude rapidly, descending at a rate of 1,000 feet per minute. With each passing second, the situation grew more precarious. The possibility of a crash landing in the unforgiving waters of the Indian Ocean loomed large. Yet, amidst the crisis, Captain Moody made a crucial decision. He would attempt to reach Jakarta, the nearest airport. It was a long shot, but it was their only hope. He announced to the passengers, his voice remarkably steady despite the circumstances. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have a small problem. All four engines have stopped. We are doing our utmost to get them going again. We are making our best efforts to land at the nearest suitable airport." Section 5. A controlled fall, gliding toward safety. The Boeing 747, now nothing more than a giant glider, continued its descent. The engines had failed, and the aircraft was losing altitude rapidly. The pilots had to rely on their training and experience to navigate this dire situation. The tension within the aircraft was palpable. Every passenger could feel the gravity of the situation. The once calm and orderly cabin was now filled with an air of uncertainty and fear. Passengers clung to their loved ones, their faces etched with fear and uncertainty. Some whispered prayers, while others simply held on tight, hoping for a miracle. The crew, their faces betraying the immense pressure they were under, continued to work tirelessly. They communicated in short, precise bursts, each word carrying the weight of their collective responsibility. They were determined to exhaust every possible option. The pilots checked and rechecked their instruments, looking for any sign of hope, any indication that they could regain control. Captain Moody, using his experience and skill, maneuvered the aircraft. His hands moved with precision, adjusting the controls to keep the plane as stable as possible. His goal was to buy as much time as possible. He knew that every second counted, and he was determined to make the most of it. He adjusted the flaps and altered the plane's attitude. These small adjustments were crucial in extending the aircraft's glide and giving them a fighting chance. He was trying to maximize its gliding distance. The vast ocean below seemed both a threat and a potential savior, depending on how well they could manage the descent. Every second felt like an eternity. The passengers' eyes darted around, searching for reassurance, but finding none. The ticking of the clock in the cabin seemed louder than ever. The fate of the aircraft and the lives of everyone on board hung precariously in the balance. The crew's efforts, the passengers' hopes, and the relentless force of gravity all converged in this critical moment. Section 6. Reigniting Hope. The engines roar back. As the plane descended below 14,000 feet, something miraculous happened. The thinner air at this lower altitude contained less volcanic ash. This allowed the crew to restart engine number 4. The roar of the engine was met with cheers from the passengers and a collective sigh of relief from the crew. With one engine running, they now had a fighting chance. They could control their descent and maintain altitude. It was a pivotal moment. The nightmare was not over yet, but they could see a glimmer of hope. They were no longer at the mercy of the wind. They had a chance to make a controlled landing. Section 7. Touchdown. Relief in Jakarta. The crew, guided by Captain Moody's steady hand, nursed the aircraft towards Jakarta. They managed to restart 2 more engines, providing much-needed power and control. The sight of the runway lights brought tears of relief to many eyes. The Boeing 747, battered but not broken, touched down safely in Jakarta. The cheers erupted from the passengers and crew as the aircraft taxied to the terminal. They had cheated death. They had survived an ordeal that could have easily ended in tragedy. Section 8. Aftermath, Recognition, and Reform. The safe landing of Flight 009 was hailed as a miracle. Captain Moody and his crew were rightfully lauded as heroes. Their skill, courage, and composure, in the face of unimaginable pressure, had saved the lives of everyone on board. The incident also served as a wake-up call for the aviation industry. It highlighted the dangers of volcanic ash to aircraft and the need for better detection and avoidance systems. Changes were implemented to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. Section 9. Conclusion. A testament to courage and skill. The story of British Airways Flight 009 is a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit. On June 24, 1982, the flight encountered an unexpected and terrifying situation when all 4 engines failed due to volcanic ash. The crew and passengers were thrust into a life-or-death scenario, thousands of feet above the Indian Ocean. It demonstrates the importance of training, teamwork, and leadership in the face of adversity. The pilots, led by Captain Eric Moody, had to rely on their extensive training and quick thinking to navigate through the crisis. Their ability to work together seamlessly under immense pressure was crucial in ensuring the safety of everyone on board. It serves as a reminder that even in the most desperate of situations, hope can endure, and miracles can happen. As the aircraft descended, the crew's calm demeanor and methodical approach helped to restart the engines one by one. This miraculous recovery was a beacon of hope for all those on board, proving that perseverance and a cool head can make all the difference. The ordeal of Flight 009 will forever be etched in the annals of aviation history. This incident has been studied extensively in aviation circles, serving as a case study for emergency preparedness and crisis management. The lessons learned from this flight have contributed to advancements in aviation safety protocols and training programs worldwide. It stands as a testament to the courage and skill of Captain Eric Moody and his crew. Their bravery and professionalism under such extreme conditions have earned them a place of honor in aviation history. Captain Moody's leadership and the crew's unwavering dedication to their duties were instrumental in turning a potential disaster into a story of triumph. They faced their worst nightmare and emerged victorious. The successful landing of Flight 009 was not just a relief for those on board, but also a testament to the effectiveness of rigorous training and the human capacity to remain composed under pressure. The crew's actions that day have been celebrated as a remarkable example of aviation excellence. Their story continues to inspire, reminding us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, we have the power to overcome. The legacy of Flight 009 lives on, encouraging future generations of aviators to strive for excellence and to never lose hope, no matter how dire the circumstances may seem. This tale of courage and skill is a shining example of what can be achieved when we work together and believe in the impossible.